What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with our PPL Division 2 Season 3 Week 6 match going up against Erik, also known as AshtonAkai. Now, of course, I've already gone over my team in our team builder that was posted yesterday. So make sure to go check that out if you guys want to know the exact sets that I'm bringing for this match, why I brought what I did, and what I actually 100 brought. Yeah, keeping it 100. Alright, awkward intro out of the way. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this match. It was a lot longer than like most of my matches usually end up being. So let's just go ahead and hit play and get right into the match. Looking at his team, he brought pretty much what I thought he would, but he brought a Grottle. That was cool. I decided to go ahead and lead Fortress here. And expecting the taunt, I'm not going to want to try and set up my Toxic Spikes here. And instead, I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, expecting the taunt to come my way. So I'm going to go straight into Metagross. And I am going to set up my rocks, even though he's already shown taunt. I don't expect him to taunt a Metagross, of all things. So, I'm going to get up my rocks, and he's going to actually Willow and burn us. So we do get up our hazards, which is going to be very nice, as he does have that Arcanine on his side of the field. What else does he have that gets worn down? Raikou, of course. Raikou is very important to get rocks damage against because I need to be able to kill that with Banded Pursuit from Weavile later on in the game. Against Grottle, of course, is very nice. He actually goes for the double Willow here, and I am going to get off the Toxic. He expected me to switch out into something probably like Lickilicky, and that would have been nice to get a burn against. But I felt very safe staying in here going for a Toxic. I don't have my Toxic Spikes up just yet. So, right here, I am going to actually switch out. What am I going to go into? Well, I'm going to go into the thing that's going to be in the game for half of the game, which is Lickilicky. Now, I didn't expect Lickilicky to be in the game for like half of the game, but you're going to see that it actually is. Lickilicky is a mixed defensive spread that can take on both a Scarf Hydreigon and Jolly Max Attack Arcanine without a Life Orb, of course. So I make the double into Fortress here, expecting his rocks to go up. And he does get them up, so now I am in here with my Sturdy intact, and I'm going to be able to get up not just one, but 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, which is really important for this Arcanine, also for Alomomola, also for Grottle. And I can just pretty much sit in and stall out his team, weaken it to the point where, let's go ahead and pause for a second. Why does it black out like that? Okay, let's pause for a second. I don't really want to pause a whole lot for this match because it did end up taking a while. But 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, very important. Got them both up. And he shows that he is Flame Charge, which means he's not a defensive set. We also didn't see Intimidate when he came in, which is a pretty big pointer that he is not a defensive set. So, Flame Charge is pretty important. It means he is not running a coverage move, such as Hidden Power Ice or Wild Charge or Extreme Speed that he would need for my team. Obviously, he's going to have close combat, because that's like one of his only ways to deal with Lickilicky, especially with this team that he brought, since he didn't bring Mega Scizor. So let's go ahead and continue on. He's going to see that we are Rocky Helmet, and because I am just pretty much sacking Fortress here, I am going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch. However, he decides to not kill off our Fortress here, and we are going to get a Volt Switch off on this Alomomola. See what kind of Alomomola it is. He's going to get Toxic Spiked, Toxic from the Spikes, and with that Volt Switch damage, that's 100% max Fizz Def. Or maybe he's no Spidef investment, so that's very nice. Right here we are going to bring in Lickilicky. We have not shown exactly what kind of set we are, but he can pretty much assume that we're bulky as fuck. So I'm going to throw a Wish up in the air, as he's going to go into Grottle again. Now, what is this going to do for him? This is going to Toxic his Grottle, and he's going to be able to Toxic me to see if I do have the Heal Bell. However, I am already set on going for Heal Bell to heal that burn off of Metagross from earlier that his Mew landed on us. So we are going to go ahead and Heal Bell up. And this is pretty much the point where I'm going to see that Toxic Spikes are going to be a huge deal for him. He doesn't have Heal Bell on Mew. He doesn't have Florges for Heal Bell. And the best thing that he can do is Wish Pass with Alomomola, which is perfect because Manaphy can set up all over Alomomola. Even if it has Toxic, I have Rest, or I have Rain Dance and Rest. So the Hydration will get rid of the Toxic, and Alomomola just becomes setup fodder at that point. Also on his team, Grottle can't really do enough to Manaphy. Hydreigon, if it's Scarf, it cannot 2-KO Manaphy. If you're listening to this, the only thing on his team that can deal with Manaphy is now sitting in front of us, and that's Lickilicky. So what are we going to do about it? Well, I have a Fortress that dies to Rocks on entry, so I'm going to 100% send that out, sack it off, and force this Raikou to stay in here. After the one turn of Toxic that it takes this turn, and the next turn of Toxic that it takes the next turn, it will be in range of Banded Pursuit from Weavile if he switches out. So that's going to be the plan. Raikou is the biggest threat 100%. 100% to Manaphy. And we need to get this out of the way. And if we do, Manaphy wins the game 100%. Unless he's able to chip us down and he has Specs Hydreigon, which would be kind of a surprise, but also would be pretty cool. So we are going to go into Weavile, take some Rocks damage. Is he going to switch out? Is he? He is switching out, so he's going to go down to the Banded Pursuit. I am pretty proud of that. Yeah. He knew that he was going to die to a knockoff as well, so he felt like saving it because I did have a Manaphy still. But Weavile is going to be able to get rid of the Raikou, and we are going to move on with the game. So he brings in Alomomola to try and revenge our Weavile, and goes for the Wake Up Slap, which would kill us, funnily enough. But Lickilicky says no, it takes like 15% damage from the Wake Up Slap, and we are just going to sit in here again and start wearing his team down with Toxic Spikes. Wish Protect is just really nice with Toxic Spikes in particular. So right here, expecting him to switch out into something to get up a Wish into them, I am going to click Body Slam. I have nothing to fear from Alomomola anyway, and I'm going to get my Wish at the end of the turn. So I clicked Body Slam. As Arcanine comes in, however, it is barely not going to be enough to knock out Arcanine. So Arcanine is back up near full health, and we are also at full health. However, he is Toxic, I am not. And I'm going to go ahead and click Protect, see if he does have the Close Combat. And as it turns out, he does have Close Combat. But since we are built the way that we are, with the HP and defense and SPDF investment that I have, I'm going to be able to 1v1 Arcanine. As we saw, it was not Life Orb earlier, and even if he's Expert Belt, it's not going to do enough to consistently get a 2-KO against us, especially if we have Wish Protect. So he's going to go back into Alomomola, and at this point, since I have a Wish up in the air, he just brought in Alomomola. I figure my best play is to go straight into Manaphy. Now, we are going to take Rocks damage, and he's going to get a Wish up in the air, and we get a free Rain Dance up in the air right here. The best thing that he could hope for is to go into Grottle, and start wearing us down with Seed Bombs as we take him out. However, he does opt to stay in here and go for the Toxic. So Toxic is going to miss. It wouldn't matter because Hydration anyway. But this is amazing because now we just got free rain. Now we get a free Hail Glow. So we get to +3. And he is probably going to set up another wish so he can get in with Grottle for free. If I had clicked Surf on the following turn, as he brought in whatever he wanted to bring in, it would probably go down. However, I opted to go for +6 right here, because I looked at his team and saw, you know what, +6 completely wins the game, and I can't risk him being like a Specs Hydreigon, so I'd have to force in the Hydreigon, following the kill on Grottle. So we are at +6, we are in the rain. Surf is obviously going to take out this Grottle, or is it? Because you know what, Grottle is fucking bulky as fuck, and with the Eviolite, specially defensive, easily tanks a +6 Surf in the rain from Manaphy. Albeit I am modest as well, but only 8 special attack EVs. So we are going to be able to 2-hit KO the Grottle. He got off the Seed Bomb on us the turn prior, which did about 30% of our health, and that is going to put us in range of a potential Specs Draco. And if he brings in the Hydreigon here, I'm pretty much forced to switch out. And that is what he's going to do. I can't risk Manaphy because it still is my way to win the game. So I'm going to go back into Lickilicky. As you're going to see, this became pretty much the theme of the game. Lickilicky walls his team, and Manaphy runs through his team. So at this point, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion unless he's mixed with Superpower here. But I am going to click Protect here, hoping to get more leftovers back. But as you've seen all the way through this match, I have not had leftovers. I also wanted to scout out, of course, to see if he was mixed with Superpower, which would have been cool. However, I am going to be able to live this, and I am going to get the Wish up in the air. I'm going to be able to Protect on the following turn and get back up to over half health. But the item on Lickilicky, let's talk about that for a second. So, person who gen my team, OnesieBanette, shout out to him, by the way. Thank you for genning my team. He has a Lickitung on his team, and he pretty much used this exact set for one of his matches on Lickitung. However, when he was genning the Lickilicky here, watch Lickilicky eat up this close combat and get another Wish in the air. But when he was genning my team, he forgot to change the item. So I am actually a Violate Lickilicky, which is why I'm taking these hits so well. And get the facetious out of the way. Yeah. Lickilicky's gonna get healthy again, and he's shown all 4 of his moves at this point. I know he doesn't have HPA, so I can safely go into Lando T here. Lando T pretty much can get up the Intimidate off the thing, and Close Combat is going to do absolutely nothing, and he's going to go down to Toxic at the end of the turn, 100% guaranteed, and he can either bring in Alomomola or Hydreigon here. One of them has the possibility to kill me, the other one can potentially burn me with Scald. So either way, I really don't care what comes in. Alomomola would be cool, because I can start wearing it down with more toxic damage, and if Hydreigon comes in, it takes more rocks damage, and I know I can live a Draco Meteor from here, because he is shown to be Scarfed and not a boosting item in any sort of way. So I am going to live, and I'm going to go for the Rock Polish here. Why did I go for Rock Polish and not straight for Fly? I just wanted to be able to outspeed this thing and potentially catch him off guard with the Fly on this turn, see if he wanted to stay in again, because he could live for anything, but he was expecting the Superpower. I go for Fly. If I had set up a Swords Dance on his switch, I would have been able to take out this Alomomola, because Rocks plus 2 turns of toxic damage and a +2 Fly from Adamant Max Attack Landorus would be able to knock out the Alomomola from where it was at. However, we do just get off some pretty solid damage against Alomomola, and we are going to have to be happy with that. Lando goes down, but this is also perfect because it's another chance for Manaphy to come in and start setting up and winning the game, because all I need is a Rain Dance and a Tail Glow in order to win now, because Hydreigon, with my Spadef investment, I know it's Scarfed, it can't kill me with Draco Meteor, unless he gets a crit, of course, but we need to just keep the bad hacks out of the back of our mind, because we need our best chance of winning, which is doing exactly what we're doing right now. So we are going to get our lefties back, and we are going to go ahead and click rest this turn, as he does drop a Draco, pretty much scouting how much it's going to do to Manaphy, and it does not do nearly enough. It puts us in the red, but he needed another solid 15-20% damage against us, so we're just going to go ahead and rest up and be right back at full. Now he's -2, and we get a free Tail Glow. Hydration is going to wake up, and this is our first Manaphy sweep of the season. It took 6 weeks in order to get a sweep of Manaphy, and now I know how to use it, pretty much. It's not like I didn't know how to use it before, but this is the first time that I've actually used a Manaphy the way that it's meant to be used. So Mew is going to go down to this +3 Surf in the rain after the rocks, after the toxic damage. And so we're going to go ahead and go for Surf. It's going to take out the Mew. However, I thought it would. He lives on, like, I already saw his side. He lived on 2 HP. So stopping Manaphy from getting a kill, but that also means that Metagross, that clutch toxic that it got off on the Mew earlier, is going to pick up the kill. So now 4 Mons on my team have gotten a kill. Manaphy is going to pick up the last 2 here. His best chance of winning at this point is just going for Dark Pulse, getting some flinches, but he's not going to get any, and we are going to sweep up the game. Nothing else that Hydreigon can do is going to go down. Nothing that Alomomola can do. The rain is going to stop here, but Manaphy will not, and it's going to be a 4-0 victory in our favor. So, this is awesome. Coming out of Week 6, I really needed this win. I needed this win. And with the way that the table is shaping up so far, I am still 100% in this race. Not only to get back into contention of 3rd place, the playoff match, 2nd place for guaranteed promotion, but I can still win this league. Going into this week, only 2 games back of Fizz with 6 games to go. Crazier things have happened. That's all I'm going to say. Of course, I'm going to have to win out for any chance of winning that title. But coming out of this week, 3-3 +6, it's a pretty comfortable place for me to be, especially based on the fact that I have lost 3 matches. But there's nothing I can do to change those. All I can do is put in all my efforts every week in planning and my playing in order to win my matches, and that's going to be what I set out to do for the rest of the season. So, GG Eric, thank you for the match. Thank you for not being salty that I pretty much stalled you out with Lickalicky, but you understand what it's like to you understand that people do whatever it takes to win games, especially in a competitive league, and yeah. So that's gonna be the match. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on that like button. Go ahead and touch that thumb. Touch it. The one that's pointing up, as if. Not even gonna say it. Alright. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week when we battle Jordinez and the Southampton Sneasels.